What up, though? I got another video for y'all. And I got some more after this, too. But no, for real. I got another video here for y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in and shit. Speaking of that, somebody told me I need to calm my language down a little bit to appeal to the audience. And I feel that. I just be trying to give y'all the real me, because this is real me. But I got y'all for real, for real. Get a little peachy over here. Let's go, though.
I think about all of my problems, let me outside before they come off us. I stay in my own lane, I'm staying the training. Yo, back up, right out the checks, they see jerk on clean out the mess.
Allegheny Middle School and Alderdice High School.
Okay. Them definitely gunshots. They said the funeral basically got shot up at a son funeral. And he wound up, I don't know. The person that shot the funeral was supposed to have died too or something. I don't know this story, but it's
the organ
been
plays
talked about.
Amazing Grace. A mother clutches her tissue. A child fidgets in the pew. Then 20 shots crack through the air. Bodies hit the floor. Not from prayer, from bullets. Destiny of Faith Church, Brighton Heights, Pittsburgh. The funeral for 20-year-old John James Hornizes Jr. has just become a crime scene. Outside, 6 people bleed on church steps. Inside, 300 mourners scramble for exits that might lead to death. But this massacre has just become a crime scene. Outside, 6 people bleed on church steps. Inside, 300 mourners scramble.
He just come out waving. Who's your target? Everybody? Come on, G. Like, obviously you ain't come with enough artillery to off the whole place. You feel me? You ain't come with enough artillery for that. So what is you doing? You come with a handgun with maybe about 20, 30 rounds in it. You just waving it like it's a Uzi. Come on, G.
For exits
Crash
that might
out.
lead to death. But this massacre, it started 13 days earlier.
Man, them
October
poor people.
15th,
Look at
10:05 p.m. A Sunoco gas station on Cedar Avenue. Betty Jean Averett, 59, grandmother of 7, stood at her usual bus stop. Jacqueline Mahalik, 33, rushed past on her way to work, the late shift. They had 12 seconds left to live. The men with guns weren't aiming for them. Betty and Jacqueline just happened to exist in the space between hatred.
It's always like that. Like I was just saying in the last. Who is your target, bro? They don't never hit their target. It's always an innocent bystander that get hit, man. Just like I be saying about them drunk driving shit. The driver always come out unscathed, and your passengers is dead. It's bogus, but that's how it always be.
By the time the shooting stopped, 3 bodies lay on Northside concrete. One of them was John Hornizes Jr., the same man whose funeral would become the next target. Welcome to True Crime Anatomy. Thank you to our amazing subscribers for being here with us. May your families stay safe wherever they are. Today we're taking you inside a case that shook Pittsburgh to its core. A story of revenge that turned neighborhood streets into battlegrounds. For our returning viewers and those just joining us, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because we bring you the parts the media never reported. The evidence they didn't show, the connections they missed. This is the story of how a funeral became a crime scene. John James Hornizes Jr. turned 20 in August. His godmother, Paige Davis, called him ambitious, trying to find his way. But the Northside streets had their own plans for young men.
He looked like he was in the streets a little bit, hanging out with the little thugs, the YNs, you feel me? You could tell how he carried himself, you feel me? Even though he was on the court playing ball and shit, that still don't mean nothing. I'm telling you, he probably was out there outside
October
with it.
14th, 24 hours before the shooting, Hornizes posted a photo with friends, smiling, throwing up hand signs. The caption's gone now, but investigators would later trace the digital footprints of an escalating conflict. The beef started over territory. Who could stand where? Who controlled which corners? Typical street politics that usually ended with posturing, maybe a fistfight. Sharon Troutman, 19. Jalone Hines, 21. Samuel
Smoking
Pez,
weed.
30. These names meant nothing to Betty Averitt or Jacqueline Mahalik, but on October 15th, their paths would cross in the worst way possible.
Damn, G. Stick to playing basketball, dog. Ain't no two-way street. You gonna be an athlete or you gonna be a gangster. This is one or the other. Ain't no in between with that one. You can't be cool and you feel me?
Text messages recovered later showed the tension building, threats traded, locations shared. Someone mentioned the Sunoco on Cedar. Someone else said they'd handle it. By 10 p.m. on
They just
October
push 'em out the
15th,
camera.
two groups of armed men converged on a gas station. A grandmother waited for her bus. A mother hurried to work. The stage was set for Pittsburgh's next tragedy. All the players in position, and nobody knew the script would be written in blood. October 13th, Friday night. A house party on Federal Street turns ugly. Words exchanged between John Hornezes Jr.'s crew and men connected to Sharon Troutman. Witnesses later told police it started over a girl, or maybe money, or maybe just because. Watch your back, someone said. This ain't over. October 14th,
It's sad, but a lot of beefs happen over a female. It ain't really. I mean, they usually be about some money, but most of it really is it's over some females. It don't be no block shit, no. This my hood, your hood, cause you gonna stay out of that area regardless. If it ain't your area, you feel me? I ain't from over here, so I ain't going over there. You feel me? So. It's always over a female. Somebody you knew growing up, somebody you went to school with. Y'all was cool back in the day. It's
Saturday
always
morning.
like that.
Screenshots showed text messages flying. Instagram stories deleted minutes after posting. One message recovered by investigators, "See you at the spot." The Sunoco station on Cedar Avenue had become neutral ground. Both groups bought gas there. Both groups knew the
okay.
cameras worked. Both groups thought that meant safety.
Right.
That morning, surveillance footage shows Jalone Hines at Pump 3. 5 hours later, John Hornezes Jr. fills up at the same pump. They don't cross paths. Not yet. But something had shifted. The threats weren't just words anymore. Someone posted a photo of a gun. Someone else responded with a location pin. The Sunoco station. By Saturday evening, both sides had made a decision. They'd settle this face to face. What they didn't calculate: innocent people use gas stations too. Innocent people wait at bus stops. Innocent
So they got ready to go for a war, basically. Like, we about to get it cracking right now on this date. That's wild. That's wild.
people die in crossfire. 9:45 p.m. Security footage shows John Hornezes Jr.'s group arriving at Sunoco. 3 men exit a vehicle. They walk toward the store but don't go inside. They're waiting. 9:50 p.m. A black Hyundai Tucson appears on Cedar Avenue. It passes the gas station once, twice. The driver, later identified as Samuel
What footage is this we seeing? It look like London or something. Ain't they supposed to be in Florida or something like that? No, Pittsburgh. Damn, Pittsburgh look like this.
Pegas is checking who's there. 9:55 p.m. Betty Jean Averitt reaches her bus stop. She sets down her purse, checks the posted schedule. The number 54 should arrive at 10:08. She has 13 minutes to wait. She'll never get on that bus. 9:58 p.m. Jacqueline Mahalik walks quickly past the Giant Eagle, past the bus shelter. She glances at her phone, running late for her 10:15 shift. She has 17 minutes to live. 10 p.m. The Hyundai returns. This time it stops. Sharon Troutman sits in the passenger seat. In the back, another man investigators haven't named. All 3 are armed. 10:02. Someone shouts across the gas station lot. The surveillance audio is unclear, but witnesses heard, "What's up now?" What happens next takes 57 seconds. Hornezes and his 2 associates stand near the park adjacent to the station. They draw weapons. The men in the Hyundai respond. 23 shell casings will be recovered. 2 different calibers, multiple shooters firing from both sides. Betty Averitt doesn't run. Maybe she freezes. Maybe she doesn't understand what's happening until the bullets reach her. Jacqueline Mahalik is caught in the middle, walking between the shooters and their targets. Wrong place, wrong second, wrong everything. 10:03. The shooting stops. The Hyundai speeds north. One of Horniz's associates stumbles to a white Hyundai Palisade with Florida plates and flees. John Hornizes Jr. lies dying in the parking lot. Betty Averett has collapsed at the bus stop. Jacqueline Mahalik is on the sidewalk.
It's crazy, bro. You be a product of your environment. Where you grew up at. You could have had a bright future playing basketball, dog. That's fucked up, man. The system be built for us to fuck you up. Damn, see? There I go. It be built for us.
Blood pooling beneath her.
In the wrong way.
The first 911 call comes at 10:05. There's people shot everywhere. Oh my God, they're not moving. Allegheny General Hospital sits 1 block away. The ambulances arrive in under 2 minutes. It won't matter. 3 people are dead. A fourth, Jalone Hines, has a bullet in his leg but will survive. The war has just begun. And somewhere across Pittsburgh, the men who pulled triggers are already planning their next moves. Because on these streets, every killing demands an answer. Every funeral becomes a target. In 13 days, they'll prove it. Question for you. You're pumping gas when bullets start flying. Do you run and risk becoming a target? Hide and hope they don't see you? Or try to help the wounded and risk your own life? North Side streets have their own definition.
I'm getting up out of there. You got the drop on me, I'm gone. Unless I got the opportunity to bust back. You feel me? But yeah, your first move is to take off. It's your human instinct. If the bullet's still flying, why I'm about to sit up here and try to help the wounded? I don't know if they trying to kill me or not. I don't know.
Definition
My
of
opinion,
unacceptable.
I'm getting
And
up out
they're
of there.
already planning their response. October 16th, Sunday morning. Mayor Ed Gainey stands at the corner of Cedar and Stockton. Behind him, blood stains still mark the concrete. I couldn't imagine what that feels like. Gainey says about the victims' families, "We need the entire city to come together to deal with this violence."
I know it's tough right now. I know that there's a lot of families and friends who are hurting right now. And I know a lot of them feel like they should do something. So I wanted to do something with you. I want you to call and tell us what you know. I need you to speak up and say something.
I want you to tell.
They shot up the sanctuary today.
Right.
His words echo across Pittsburgh, but in certain neighborhoods, different conversations are happening. Conversations about revenge, about who needs to pay, about which funeral to target. The Hornizes family starts planning John's service. They know the danger, they've heard the threats, they'll ask for police protection. They'll get officers who go to the wrong address. 13 days from now, 6 more people will bleed on Pittsburgh concrete. This time on church steps. This time during a funeral. Because in this story, every death demands another. Every funeral becomes a target. And innocent lives, they're just collateral damage in a war that nobody wins. October 16th, 4
That's
a.m.,
facts.
Pittsburgh Police Major Crimes Unit transforms the North Side into a grid. 50 detectives, 6 different surveillance systems to analyze. One goal: find the shooters before they kill again. Detective David O'Neill leads the video team. Sunoco cameras, Giant Eagle security, ATM footage from across the street, traffic cameras at Stockton and Cedar, even a Ring doorbell from a house 2 blocks away. Every angle tells part of the story. The black Hyundai Tucson appears in frame after frame, license plate visible. Within hours, they identify the owner, Samuel Pegas, 30 years old. Criminal history includes a 2013 drug manufacturing conviction. The white Hyundai Palisade with Florida plates proves harder to trace. It appears briefly, picks up one of Horniz's associates, then vanishes
That's
into
crazy.
the
You
night.
got Florida plates.
By noon on October 16th, something unusual happens. The phone tips start coming. Not 1 or 2, dozens. I saw who was in that car. I know where they went after. Check this Instagram story from last night. Commander Ford would later say he'd never seen this level of community cooperation. Maybe because Betty Averett and Jacqueline Mahalik weren't targets.
Damn.
Maybe because killing grandmothers and mothers crosses a line even street code won't defend.
Exactly.
October
That's
17th,
wild.
Jalone Hines is arrested at UPMC Presbyterian, still recovering from his leg wound. He's charged with 2 counts of criminal homicide for Betty Averett and Jacqueline Mahalik's deaths. October 18th, U.S. Marshals find Sharon Troutman. The 19-year-old was in the Hyundai's passenger seat. Ballistics will match his gun to bullets that killed John Hornizes Jr. But arrests don't stop what's coming, because on Pittsburgh's north side, justice and revenge wear the same face. October 20th. The Hornizes family meets with funeral director to plan John's service. They choose Destiny of Faith Church on Brighton Road, a place of peace, a sanctuary. That same day, the threats begin. Text messages, social media posts quickly deleted, words whispered on street corners. The message is clear. John Hornizes Jr.'s funeral won't be peaceful.
Wow.
October 26th. The family formally requests police protection for the service. Pittsburgh Public Safety approves the request. 2 officers will be assigned. The funeral is in 48 hours. October 27th. The officers receive their assignment, but somewhere between dispatch and deployment, wires cross. The address they're given, a funeral home 3 blocks from the church. October 28th, 7 a.m. Officers arrive at the funeral home, empty parking lot, no activity. They radio dispatch, no funeral scheduled at this location. Stand by, comes the response. The officers wait, check again at 8 a.m., still nothing. At 8:45, they leave. Meanwhile, 3 blocks away, mourners begin arriving at Destiny of Faith Church. Paige Davis, John's godmother, notices immediately. No police present.
I'm gonna say this just because I was just thinking about it. What is the actual point of shooting up a funeral? Like, when did that really become a trend? We see it a lot nowadays, but I don't give you no cool points, bro. Like, it really don't. It ain't nothing but a bunch of innocent people there, probably older folks. What is you getting out of shooting up a funeral, bro? It give you no cool points. You do your mission, get it over with. You feel me? That's it. You don't get no cool points for what you going the extra mile for. Obviously, the person that he already dead. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be getting the point of it.
Where are
It
the
don't make
officers?
sense to me.
She asks funeral staff. They should be here, someone responds. We requested them. 10 a.m. The hearse arrives, still
They
no
pop up
police.
wearing skis.
11 a.m. 300 mourners fill the church. Gospel music plays.
300
Prayers begin.
people.
And outside, multiple shooters take positions. The security camera at the church entrance records everything. Times
He was getting sent off nice too. I ain't even see the little carriage right here. I think that's what his guys it was. He getting sent off nice too. I ain't even gonna hold you. You got these hating ass goofies.
stamp 12:02 p.m. A figure in dark clothing appears at the corner. Then another. Then more.
Like, why, bro?
Inside, the service continues. The pastor speaks about forgiveness, about breaking cycles of violence, about young lives lost too soon. Outside, fingers rest on triggers. 12:04 p.m. The shooting begins. What happens when a community asks for protection and receives none? When officers go to the wrong address while killers go to the right one?
Hey, I remember this. This kind of went viral back in 2022. Now that I'm looking at the timestamp up there, I think I've seen this before.
A sacred space becomes a shooting gallery.
Not the whole
Pittsburgh is
story or
about
the
to
whole
find out.
video, but these
12:04
little clips
p.m.
right here.
October 28th. The first shot cracks through Brighton Heights air. Inside Destiny of Faith Church, 300 mourners freeze. Was that a car backfiring? Then comes the second shot.
What the?
third
Hold on, wait a minute.
mourners shot cracks through Brighton Heights air. Inside Destiny of Faith Church,
Whoa,
300
that's
more.
a different type of fear. Look at this. They trying to get away and they holding them down to cover themselves. That's a different type of fear right there. That is crazy. He trying to get, it look like a male figure and this look like a female figure right here. I hope they weren't married. Divorce. But no, that's a different type of fear right
First
there.
shot cracks through Brighton Heights air. Inside Destiny of Faith Church,
Look
300
at-
mourners freeze. Was that a car backfiring? Then comes the
Still
second
got
shot,
smoke.
the third, then automatic fire. The church security camera captures figures running. Multiple shooters, different positions. This isn't random,
Why he
it's
hopping like
coordinated.
that?
5 shots. Pause. 15 more in rapid succession. Outside, 6 people fall. Blood spreads across church steps where minutes ago mourners hugged and shared memories. Inside, panic. Bodies hit the floor, this time from fear, not prayer. Mothers throw themselves over children. The elderly crouch behind pews.
And what I said earlier, you hear them gunshots, you gonna break out running, bro. Every last person broke out running. They ain't think who they was with, they homie, they cousin, they brother, they sister. Every single person took off
Hugged
running.
and shared memories. Inside, panic. Bodies
Look.
hit the floor, this time from fear, not
It's
prayer.
a natural reaction.
Mothers throw
You
themselves
gonna take
over
off
children.
running.
The elderly crouch behind pews. Someone screams, they're shooting at the church. The pastor's microphone picks up his words. Get down, everyone down. Video from inside shows the chaos. A casket abandoned at the altar. Funeral programs scattered like confetti. A child's shoe left behind as families run for exits that might lead to death. The shooting lasts 90 seconds.
Fuck that
90
shit.
seconds to violate everything sacred. 90 seconds to prove nowhere is safe. Then silence. Then
Talking about a kid's
sirens.
shoe.
Police arrive to a
I'm
scene
out.
they failed to prevent. 6 wounded outside, 1 in critical condition. Inside, traumatized mourners who came to bury 1 victim of gun violence and almost became victims themselves. The image that haunts Pittsburgh, uniformed officers carrying John Hornazes Jr.'s casket to the hearse, the funeral he couldn't have in peace. The protection that never came. Rob Dennis,
Hold up. Did I miss-
carrying John Hornazes, became victims themselves. Traumatized mourners who
I'm
came
sorry,
to bury 1
I
victim
think I
outside,
missed something.
1 in critical condition. Inside, traumatized mourners who came to bury 1 victim of gun violence and almost became victims themselves. The image that haunts Pittsburgh, uniformed officers carrying John Hornazes Jr.'s casket to the hearse, the funeral he couldn't have in peace. The protection that never came.
I'm tripping. I'm thinking the pallbearers got shot when they was traveling the casket to the hearse. I misheard that.
Came. Rob Dennis, standing near the church afterward, tells reporters, "You see how quiet it is now? It's always quiet like this. This doesn't happen here." But it did happen, at a church, during a funeral, in broad daylight. If not at church, then where? If not during final goodbyes, then when? If men with guns will shoot up a funeral, what boundary remains? 2 hours after the church shooting, police arrest Sean Davis, 19. By evening, a 16-year-old joins him in custody. Both face attempted homicide charges. The investigation reveals what everyone already knows: retaliation for October 15th, which was retaliation for something before that, which was retaliation for something else. A cycle spinning so fast nobody remembers who started it. November 2nd, more arrests in the Cedar Avenue case, but some charges won't stick. January 2023, homicide charges dropped against Sharon Troutman and Samuel Pegas. They still face conspiracy and weapons charges. The
Well,
families speak. LaRonda Averett, Betty's daughter, "Please lay down your arms. It harms the city, the world."
Why they dropped the case on them? Didn't they put the word out? Or is them the ones that told? Somebody had put the word out. I ain't going back.
It
man.
hurts.
I think them the ones
Bridget
that put the word
Mahalik,
out.
Jacqueline's mother, her children will still live their lives without her. The statistics tell one story. 2022, Pittsburgh matches 2021's homicide rate by October. But numbers don't capture empty chairs at Sunday dinner. Numbers don't explain to children why mommy isn't coming home. Mayor Gainey keeps appearing at crime scenes. Keep making speeches. This has to stop, he says. But the streets have their own momentum, their own laws, their own terrible logic where shooting up a funeral makes sense to someone somewhere. Thank you for watching.
Don't make sense to me.
Today, if you visit the corner of Cedar and Stockton, you'll find a memorial. Flowers for Betty A.
Man, RIP the people who lost their life in this video. That shit don't make sense to me. I don't know why motherfuckers shoot up funerals. It's just senseless. It's retarded. Like, what's the point of that? They be going to go disrespect the grave site and all of that. Like, what have the... We ain't used to do that when we was young. Even if we was out here and crashing out and acting wild, we ain't used to do goofy activity. You know what I'm saying? I said I was going to watch my language, but for real, we ain't used to do no goofy shit like that. I ain't gonna hold y'all. We out here. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. I got more videos to do, man. We'll chop it up. I'll holla. Deuces.